Hello, 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 hello. It is Monday, another day, another stream. Another Monday, another day, another stream. And today we're gonna go back to what we have done for quite a while now, but I want to finish it this week. What we're gonna do is, of course, if you watch on YouTube, you're gonna see the title. It's the Chun-Li figurine. We've worked on it for a while now, so what we've done is created the model. Yeah, you know, if we want to do it for 3D printing, we only really need the model. So you know, I spent some more time detailing it basically, or we spent some more time, and maybe if we have some more time this week at the end, maybe we can go a little bit into shading too, so that we can make a cool render at the end too. But we'll see about that. The goal will be to finish the model so that I can then put it, you know, 3D print it basically. That's gonna be the goal for this week. Depends on how long it takes. Today what I want to do is I want to go into the legs, basically finish the legs so that we can go into the upper body. I think the upper body needs some more refinement. The only thing that I really want to do with the legs is maybe yeah, basically kind of add some more details, maybe some small folds to the legs, and then we can go to, well, yeah, you know, that's what I want to do today, and then we can tomorrow start with the upper body. There are like small ornaments, there are even small pieces that are still missing, like the collar here, or the on the shoulder puffs, pads, whatever. There are some small things missing, but they shouldn't take too long to add, so that's what we're gonna probably begin doing tomorrow. And then there's the little patch of hair in the front too that we need to add, and then I think that's basically it. Of course I need to refine the arms, but that shouldn't take too long because they're basically done. The only thing that is missing is adding like a small layer of smoothness, I guess, to it, which shouldn't take too long. And then that is done, and then I can see how I want to 3D print it. I probably want to make it so big that I need to split it into 2 pieces, but I'll look into that afterwards. You know, I don't want to research that on stream because that can be quite boring. You know, kind of trying to figure out what you want to do or how you need to do it so that it works. So I'm gonna do that off stream. Okay. Let's get straight into it. Let's get into Blender. There it is. And the thing we left off at was I actually don't remember. I think it was the shoe, right? Not yesterday. Last week on Thursday we did the next personal feedback session, so we didn't work on it that day. But I think the day before we worked on the yeah, on the boot. I think that's what we've done. Yeah. So now I want to go into the legs, just kind of find them. I've smoothed them already quite a lot, so they're quite smooth already. What I want to do today is sort of go more into details. There are some spots that still need some refinement, but you know, if we have the whole stream, I don't know how much time that is to refine everything. I think that we can get something nice at the end. So let's get into it. Let me pull up my references real quick and then we can begin. I'm in the wrong folder as always. Wait, let me change one more thing. You know what? Hold on. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, I'm adjusting something real quick. Okay. Is it really... So I adjust this thing right now, and apparently that needs to... It needs to rotate. I think I set it up that way, but I wonder if I can do it without rotating. Let's see. I don't... Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on. Where's the background color? Text transform. Oh. Wait, how do I change it to not spin? I can't. Maybe not in here. Hold on. Properties, filter. I think it's... Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't work. Almost. Hold on. What do I make it? What if I make it smaller? What is the width? Limit height. Okay. So what if I just make this a little bit smaller? That should work. Wait, where's my... Text... Dude. Where's my setting to change the font size? Doesn't exist. How does that work? How does that work? That doesn't make sense. Well... Well... Let me just get rid of this then, I guess. There you go. Still not enough. You know what? Why did it even start? Why did I even start fiddling around with this? What if I... Hold on. What does it look like if I just do this? I mean, it's not too bad. You know what? I'm gonna leave it there. There you go. Okay, let's get into it. Let me pull up my references and then we can begin. So the thing is, of course, for every pose you should sort of get references that reflect the pose or that show the pose. You know, best case scenario would be with a real person, especially because of all the folds that are being created by a person moving, or by just, yeah, moving your limbs basically, and you can't really, you can sort of imagine what they look like, but it's still better and it will look better in the end if you have a reference for it. So that's why I'm what I'm kind of looking for right now. I have some that I could use, but I want to make sure, so let me show you what I have here. So if we go to this, we can see my references, and the thing that I have that can give me a good hint as to what it would look like. So this one could be one, like, you know, it's a very angled leg. So you would have like a deep crease right here, and then it would end. Of course, this one is an in-game character, so it wouldn't really have any folds. So we have this one here, which is pretty simplistic if you compare it to a different one, which is, for example, where are you? Where are you? There it is. This one, for example, which is pretty similar. It's a little bit different, but not too much. But then we have this one too, where you have like quite a lot of, I guess, wrinkles or folds or whatever. So I don't exactly know which one I want to use. This one's also quite simplistic. So I'm kind of probably better to use this one. Let's see if we can find some more references real quick, because I want to make sure that it looks right, not weird. Okay. We've come so far. I don't want to make it weird in that little spot. Let's see. So, what would you look for? Kung Fu stance, maybe. Welcome, Emily. Hope you enjoyed your Monday. Welcome. Let's see if we can find a good reference for the leg. Problem always with these is that they all have something on, like, you know, pants, so you can't really see what it looks like without them. Oh, we could look for, hold on. MMA kick, how about that? Let's see what we can find there. So this one, of course, doesn't really work because it's, you know, it's in the move and it you know, it already has the impact, and it's not really the pose that we're looking for. Welcome, Ansys. Hopefully that was the right pronunciation. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed your Monday. Hope you enjoyed your weekend, especially. So this one come pretty close. You can see here, we can see the fold a little bit, but I kind of want to look for something that, you know, something clearer. This one's also pretty good. We can see here, it's a little bit slightly visible. Oh, this one's really good. So it seems like it's fairly simple there. So yeah, maybe what we have here, it looked more realistic for me in the beginning, but the more I look at it, I guess it could also be just the fabric kind of wrapping on top of each other, or kind of, you know, kind of crunching together. But it seems like it's more like this or this right now. Taekwondo? I actually don't know. Let's see. Welcome, James. Hope you enjoyed your Monday and also your weekend. Chun-Li fighting style. As he what? Chun-Li. People fight Chinese as the true whatever. Did you see that there's a new teaser for the new Street Fighter 6 came out at some point, probably over the weekend. I don't remember when it released. That's the most adorable and incorrect pronunciation I've ever heard. Well, I'm sorry. Let's see. Hairstyle, that's not... Wait, what? Ox horns. Okay. That's interesting that it's so specifically described. Let's see. Animations, what? What am I looking for? Techniques, nope, I don't want to... Concept, hairstyle, clothing, appearance, name, concept. Dude, concept? Oh. Okay, well, maybe... Let's see if we can... What if you go for style? Typical style of Oxford, hairstyle. Let's see. Fighting style. As he figured out the character's fighting style, the nationality of China for her character stock. What? Okay, hold on. To be inspired by the character Tao from the 19 whatever Katsuhiro Otomo anime fine. Search of inspiration for female fighter. Okay. Pivot towards entertainment as well. More plain and plastic one. The fighting style, the nationality of China for okay. But still doesn't say what style it is. Okay, yeah, look. Akiman during developing Chun-Li was said to have given her trademark robust and muscular thighs, which has said to emphasize Chun-Li's drive to show her determination to push herself to her physical limits to fight on even ground and match the male-dominated caste in strength. Have you seen the the biker with huge legs? Hold on, maybe let's see if I could find it. Welcome, Coach Stefan. Hope you enjoyed your weekend too. Biker. It's not just a biker. It's like where you do sprints with a bike. Huge legs. There he is. It looks so weird. Look at this. Maybe that's Photoshop, but it's hard to find a good... This one, I guess, isn't. Look at that. Yeah, he's even German. I think I saw like him squatting at some point. Look at that. Hold on, let me see. What's his name? Quadzilla. Robert. Oh, okay, hold on. There it is. There it is. Okay, look at this. There he is. Looks like two legs right next to each other. Look at that. Zip. One there and one there. It looks so weird because, especially because the knees still keep roughly the same width. They don't really get bigger necessarily, or like not too much, not in proportion to the rest of the legs. So the thighs and the calves get way bigger, but the knees just stay so narrow. Let's see, can we see it one more time? No, hold on. Come on. He needs a lot of strength because of if he needs to sprint with this bike, you need to, you know, hit the pedals as fast as possible or as strong as possible. So he just, you know, goes for strength, for explosive strength right away to be the fastest. Look at that. The thing is, if it kind of looks like his legs look shorter because they're so big for some reason. Maybe he is short, I don't know, but it looked kind of interesting. What could you need a 3D artist? What could need a 3D artist except pen display? My birthday soon, family asking. I don't know what I need. I asked for a job, but you know. Maybe software? I don't know. If there are any... that's kind of weird to maybe ask for or to wish for, but... I guess... Yeah. You know, if you already have a tablet, I don't know if you really need something. Or you don't want to ask for it, I guess. Or whatever it is. I don't really... Well, oh, there's one thing. Here it is. So if you want to do characters, I guess this is one of the best, you know, things you can buy. It doesn't have to be female. I mean, male can also be female. Depends on, I guess, what you want to do more, what you want to sculpt more. I think I chose the male one more, or rather than the other one, just because with the male, it's a hold on, let me pull it up. It's a... Oops, sorry. What is the 3D male body écorché? I don't remember what the website was. Figurine? Wait, I can see it here, right? I can. There it is. No. 3D total. Hold on. Oh, maybe I couldn't. Hold on. Let me vet this real quick. Let's see. So there are different ones. You can oh, hold on. That's okay. I don't know if that, hold on. Okay. That should work. Nope, it doesn't. One more. Okay, there it is. So here it is. So you have different versions. You have the full, you know, you have the one with all layers. You have the simplified version, and then you have the one where you can see all the muscles. I have the one with the muscles, or where you can see the muscles. I think this one's the most useful one. This one can also be useful. Well, all three can be useful in certain aspects, but I think this one's more universally useful. Because this sort of shows you this part, or this, and also this together, because you can sort of simplify what you see here if you kind of put it away from you and kind of look at it from afar, or put it in a certain light. And this one I don't know, you can find pretty good reference online, so I went for this one. This one's all three. Let me see if I can find only the one that I have. I think this one's a good good investment, because it's always good to have a it's always good to have a reference that you can just kind of look around from all angles and see almost everything that the body has to offer. Let's see. Human. They also have animals. There it is. I don't know if I can show it because it's very apparent. Okay. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. As close to the edge as it gets. There you go. So if you want to do sculpting, you want to do maybe even human sculpting, maybe you want to do character sculpting. One of the most important things to learn, of course, is anatomy of your human body. And I think, for example, if you have a birthday coming up, or maybe it's Christmas or whatever, and you want to ask for, or you want to wish for something, I think like a 3D écorché, doesn't have to be this one, but that's the one that I have here. I think one of these is really, really useful to have, because it shows you the muscle structure on an actual 3D body, so 3D body, so you can move it around. If you, for example, look at your character and you don't really know what it looks like from a certain perspective, you can also, rotate it around. You can look at it from all directions. And I think this one's one of the better or best investments that you can make to get something, or to wish for something, if you want to, get something for your 3D sculpting or 3D modeling or character modeling or whatever. Maybe even character drawings, character paintings hobby. If you want to wish for something that that you can use for that, a écorché figure, I think, is one of the better investments. There are different ones. There's like a male one, there's a female one. On this one, at least, there are multiple versions. And yeah, I think that's one of the best things, I guess, you can wish for. Yeah. Welcome, Crow. Hope you had a great weekend too. Chun-Li has national Chinese fighting style. Yeah, but Kung Fu or Gong Fu? Okay. Is that the... Oh, no. Okay, there you go. Fighting style. Chinese Kempo. There it is. Hold on. Let's see. What if we put that in here? I don't know if we can really find that much here, but let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find a lot about that here. Welcome, Nay Spaniel. Hope you had a great weekend. And as you can see, we're looking up Chinese Kempo because we're looking for references for Chun-Li. But I think we already found quite a good few. We have this one here. I think this one's the best one because we can actually see the leg. We have this one. The thing is, of course, she's not as muscular, so it could probably... It could change the, I guess the shape of the leg. I don't know if the folds would change though. But let's see if we can find something like, yeah, MMA kick again. Maybe we can find something, something more muscular. So celebrating President's Day. Okay, what's President's Day? I don't think that exists in Germany, but maybe it does. And I've never heard of it. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Well, that's only from one side. Let's see if we can find the other side. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think we can. Let's see. Lips. Nope. Funny memes. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Fucking swag may cry. Okay. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. But this one's pretty good for one side. So we can see here, it doesn't really change much. I guess what would change would be the cloth that's being crunched together, but not necessarily the leg itself. Let's see. That's also, let's see if we can find something like this. Let's see if we can, so, oh no, this is outside. I need inside. I need the inside. Come on. It's always outside. I guess inside is pretty hard to see. There it is. Nope. Come on. Can't be that hard. Can we find a, what is it? Hold on, let me find woman squat. There you go, maybe. Nope. Nah, almost. Deeper, I need the fold squat. That's pretty good. Okay. That's a whole cake. Yeah, I think it doesn't really... Oh, hold on. The good part about this one is we actually... So I think I want to make her... I think I want to make this actually look like some piece of clothing. Because what you can see in most of these is that this thing here, whatever it is, you know, the leggings, I like to say, I want to actually treat them like leggings in the game and also in most of these figurines. This one is different because it's pretty similar too. The thing that the problem that I see, or the thing that I want to do different, oh no, it's actually there. The thing that I want to do different than actually, at least this one and the in-game model, is that I actually want to give the legs, because the legs are not just, you know, her legs are brown, okay? She has, you know, some sort of leggings on, I like to call it. So I would actually want to add seam lines to them too. Just like this one. Maybe on the inside, maybe on the outside. I haven't decided yet. I think on leggings, let's see. So that's why, you know, like a woman's squat is actually pretty good for that, because we can actually, most of them wear leggings, so we can actually see what it looks like if, you know, somebody's squatting in leggings. We can not only see what the fold of the legs looks like, but also the folds of the legs with leggings on. So that's an added bonus. And we can also see what leggings, where the seams are. So we can see here, for example, how it crunches together. Okay, well that's... Nope. There it is. You can see we get these very, very tiny folds right there. And we can see these seams in the middle. I wonder if there's another one on the outside. I can't really see it from here. But let's see. Let's see if we can find something here. That's pretty... Nope, that's... Oh, yeah, we can look at the... Fully... Okay. Keep in mind, we're here to learn, okay? We want to fully focus on the leggings, okay? Fully focus on the leggings. We want to see what the leggings look like, where the seams are, and nothing else. We're not here to do anything else, okay? This is the research that we want to do here, okay? So we need to see how the leggings move and what they look like when they crunch together, okay? When she goes down into the lower squat position, okay? So focus on this part here, okay? There's nothing else interesting right now, okay? So focus on that part. Okay. Oh, we missed it. There it is. We can't really see much anyway. It's super compressed. Well, I guess that doesn't really... That's not a good reference then. Let's see. Anything. Oh, another thing, I like to see the legs here too, because the legs I want to find or refine a little bit too. So let's see. I think wait, wasn't there a good one already that I had? This one's okay. This one, no. Maybe, can we see it close up? The leggings, of course. What else? Oh, we actually do. Hold on. Yeah. Let's see. Can we get a little more from the side? Please get... Okay. There it is. Yeah, so we can see... we can see there are small wrinkles that don't really go far in any direction. And we can see the... yeah, we have the main fold right here, and then we have the ones that are being created because the fabric is being crunched together, basically. See right there. Okay. let's get into Blender and do something actually. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I want to do the leg fold first, and then I want to, oh wow, my chat just jumped. Yeah, I love learning anatomy. Welcome, Quactus. Hope you enjoyed your weekend too. Wait, oh, it didn't even send because of caps, I guess. Wait, is that still on? Hold on. One more thing to stall, okay, and then we can get into it. Let's see if I can disable this live. I thought I disabled all the protections. Excess caps, there it is. Yeah, I don't need it. Not now. Okay. Excess emotes, well, I guess I'll just deactivate everything. Okay. I don't know if you want to try again, but now it hopefully works. I don't know how long it takes to you know, to reset or whatever, but yeah, there you go. Now you should be able to write whatever you want. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I'll trust you, okay? My parents always told me, trust everything. You can always trust people on the internet, so I'll trust you. Okay. My reference is ready. Hold on. Almost. Let me get to the spot that I need. That's all that matters. Okay, there it is. I found it. Okay. There it is. So, first thing first, the thigh stays rounded. So let's push this a little bit over here. That looks way more natural. We get this nice S-curve in the quad right here. I don't know if you call the entire leg. It's not the whole quad, right? It's just parts of it. But yeah, whatever. Let's put it over here. So we have this nice crease right there. Probably want to make it a little tighter, but we'll get there. Let's go to the wrinkle first. It goes pretty far. I think that's a pretty good spot. Maybe it's actually too far. Hold on. I have some more references. Oh, one thing I want to look at is the knee. I think the knee is pretty good. One thing that I might want to change is this part here. I kind of want to make it thinner. Okay, and then maybe a little bit push it down here too. That's pretty good. And then smooth it. There you go. Okay. That's better. It's not full there yet, but we're in the process, okay? That's the inside, that's the outside, okay. The outside I think looks pretty good already. I'm kind of wondering whether or not this is if the crease goes too far. Let me see if I can, for some reason all my references now are all for the inside crease or whatever, not the outside. Interesting. Please. Nope. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh my god, I really deleted all of them. We're in for a very slow start, but we'll get there, okay? So the... The thing that I'm looking for is basically just one from the front. Oh, hold on. Nope, that's not it. Please. Can't be that hard. You know, that's the worst part about it. When you look for references, you need them, but you don't want to need them. You don't want to look for every single thing and get references for it. But if you don't do it, it'll look weird. So you need to do it. And that's the worst part about references. They're important, but sometimes annoying to come by or to find. Welcome, X Gravy. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Now I'm getting some weird massage things. Neck massage things. Kung Fu is such a broad term. No, I'm not looking for Kung Fu. I'm looking for female squats so I can see squats with leggings on. Oh, no. Dude, all I want to know is how far it goes. Oh, hold on. I have a good one. I have a good one. There it is. Okay. I got it. I got it. So it actually goes pretty low. It goes somewhere over here. Lower on the knee. So it points roughly over there. Okay. And it ends a little bit further over here. So that there's room for the muscles. I think that's pretty good. Look at that. Okay. And then we have the muscles that sort of... this needs to be very tight. So let's get that in now. So let's see if we can just use the crease brush for that. If we can just push this part together. What I want to use is... should I use the crease brush or the other one? I think I want to use the pinch brush. Pinch brush. And then just pull it together. The thing is, maybe I'll pull too much. That's the sort of concern that I have. We'll see. Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't really pull that much. Well, it did the opposite of what I wanted, I guess. Yeah, so I need to do it manually, but that shouldn't be too hard. Okay, let me do... oh, I'm gonna do one side first. So what I want to do is I want to probably mask out one side so I can work on one side individually, and then we can go to the other side. There it is. Surgical precision, making these masks perfect. Okay, so has everybody seen the new Blender sculpting features that are gonna come out at some point? I don't know when, but they released a new blog post talking about the new features, and they're really useful and really good. I always said I think sculpting would actually almost feel complete in the current edition or the current iteration or whatever of Blender if you could do vertex painting in the sculpting tab, or you can do it seamlessly basically. And then you can just change the sculpt, and then you can still keep the painting, and then you can change the painting, you can change the sculpt. You can do that seamlessly without ruining one part. You like before it was always if you have your vertex paint, and then you, for example, enable dynamic topology because you want to add like another horn, for example, then the whole dynamic or whatever, the paint is gone because it relies on the vertex data. It's applied to special vertices, to a specific vertices, so it says, hey, this vertex is blue, this vertex is green. And now it uses interpolation so that you can still use dynamic topology while also being able to keep your vertex data, which includes face sets, which includes vertex painting, which includes UV maps, and way more. So that's gonna be really cool. So yeah, that's what I'm very excited for. Because that brings that, and then also the new painting features that are way faster now. I didn't even know that they exist. I guess they only exist in the sculpting branch. I thought I might install the sculpting branch, but then I looked at it and saw how you need to install it, and then I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just wait. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very exciting. Because I always looked at ZBrush in envy, you know, when you look at the way you can just seamlessly basically work, like you can sculpt something and then you can immediately go into drawing or whatever and just draw or like give your character color. That's always something that I envied, you know. And now you can hopefully do that pretty easily. Or soon, not now. I understood about 70% of what you said. Well, I guess to sum it up, sculpting will be faster, way faster. Or at least it seemed like it's getting way faster with more vertices, you know. Especially quick, what is it? Dude, dynamic topology will be way faster, and then you can also soon sculpt in Eevee in the render mode in Eevee, so that you can basically see the final render and still change the sculpt, which sounds pretty cool. I'm probably not going to use it that much, but it sounds pretty cool. So you could maybe even, you know, like apply a procedural texture or maybe like a normal texture, and then you can add a custom bump map to that in Eevee, which sounds pretty cool. Some cool stuff. Okay, so the one thing that I'm kind of want to watch out for is the smoothness that I kind of remove by adding these lines here, these strips. So I kind of want to keep in mind to keep those as best as I can, or at least keep those, or smooth everything afterwards. Okay. Yeah. So the one thing that the interpolation is really useful as well. So what I basically mean with that is interpolation basically means that it has two things. So as far as I understand, interpolation is basically you have one value in some area, you have like two values, and interpolation is basically figuring out what value is between these two values. That's what you use for interpolated children for hair, for example. You have one parent that goes in... Hold on. You have one parent that looks like this, you know? You have one parent that looks like this. And... Or like... Sort of like... Yeah, let's say like this. Hold on. So you have two hair parents that look like this. Okay? And if you put a children here in the middle that is interpolated, it will look something like this. If it's closer to this one here, it would kind of look something like slightly bent, not fully like this one. So you have like a gradient from this one to this one, where it sort of determines a value between the spectrum of this one and this one. That's what interpolation is. And what that enables you to do in sculpting is, if you, for example, create face sets, so basically you color code or you divide the sculpt in layers so that you can work on them individually. Usually if you've done that, it removes the faces if you enable dynamic topology, or you remesh the mesh with remeshing. But now that with the new interpolation, that doesn't happen anymore. So you can create your face sets and you can keep them, which is very useful because sometimes you kind of want to pose your character, for example, with face sets. That is very useful. Faces are very useful to posing your character in sculpt mode. So what you can do then is you can go in, you can create your face sets, you can pose the character, and then you can still afterwards do changes to the sculpt itself without the faces being removed or getting, without getting rid of the face sets, which can save you a lot of time, I guess. That's the simpler version. Yeah. And then of course, same with vertex colors. Dude, please stop. Vertex colors are basically, you say, hey, this vertex is supposed to be red, this vertex is supposed to be green. And then if there are vertices in between, they're going to be like a spectrum between these two colors, like red and green. Or if you have a face that looks like this, and there's this vertex up here, you know, a face that has 4 vertices, and this vertex here is green, this vertex is red, and then you say, hey, I want to remesh this so that it is twice as dense. It adds geometry in between in the face instead of the face, and with the interpolation it can basically determine what color these vertices in the middle are supposed to have. Before, what happened is if you add color to these 2 vertices and then you remesh the mesh, it just removes the color altogether. Which, you know, it's pretty annoying if you want to kind of paint and sculpt at the same time. Okay. So this looks pretty good. I don't want to kind of go into the detail of sort of simulating what it would look like if there's like a boot pressing against the thigh or the leg. So I'm not going to do that. Let me go to this side, do the same here, make it a little bit, you know, more, make it tighter. And then we can go into the rest. Kind of bumpy. Looks like a tumor developing on your leg. Let's see if we can cure it. Yeah, so I'm very excited for it. They said some sort of they talked about having or developing some sort of workflow of sort of going through the entire, I think, character creation process. Basically, they didn't say character creation, but it basically includes all what you would do for character creation and how they could sort of I guess put that into one sort of workflow. Also, they wanted to kind of get closer to ZBrush's level of detail in sculpts with a mixture of, I think, like textures and, I don't know, textures and the sculpt itself. So that you don't really use that you only really sculpt the detail, but you kind of combine the sculpt with textures, for example, to get there, which you can do now, but I guess they wouldn't. They want to straighten or simplify the process, which I welcome. Simplification is always welcome, okay? Oh, welcome, Reisu Mies. Hope you enjoyed your Monday. Thank you for the follow. So let's see. I think they're close enough. I don't think I can get it super close. I think if I want to do that, I would have to bring them like I would probably have to spend some more time on this, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna keep it there. Kind of want to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and then we can go to the knee. Of course, today we're gonna work on the leg. Tomorrow we're gonna go and start with the upper body. I think I want to do the upper body, starting with the things that are still missing, and also probably the arms, kind of smoothing them out, and then we can go into the ornaments, the golden ornaments on her clothing or on her top, I guess. And then we can go to, does it look like the knees in the wrong spot? Kind of looks like it, right? It's too high. That's better. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to start with the top. So I want to finish the legs today. I think there was more in the video, but I can't, or in the blog post, but I can't remember. Okay, looks nice and round. Maybe a little bit more here. At the end, we're probably going to go over this again with a different mat cap to just kind of see if there are small bumps that I want to fix. And then that's it. Okay. Looking good. Let's go to the inside. Let me go look at the near real quick. I want to make sure that looks right. I think that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna add the seam on the inside. I think that makes sense. Okay. I want to finish the skin version basically of the legs first, and then I'm gonna add some small creases afterwards. So let's go in here and create the... Go to the inside and finish this one. I think this is that looks a little bit weird, so I need to fix it. Not really what it looks like. We need to add way more volume here. Let's fill it. That's better. Beautiful. Okay, that's better. Let me fill it up a little bit. Okay, so it's actually not that deep. It's actually going outwards, rather. Kind of makes sense, because if you crunch stuff together, if you didn't really have a way to go except for, I guess, in the width, you know, going wide. You can't go long, I guess you go wide. So that's what happens if you crunch your legs, I guess, together. Okay, that looks better. The curve pinch is quite strong. The pinch is too strong. Okay, that's better. So that looks way better already. Perfect. So let me see. Okay. So here what we have is the muscle here, and then basically the thigh or the calf. So we don't really have a fold right here. We only really have the calf being right here. So this can be pretty close together here too. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's better. I wonder if I should actually bring it even further out. I think I want to do that. Let me do that real quick. I think it needs to be further out. Let's do that. Let me see. Look at some more references. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Yeah. Welcome, Hassin. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Welcome, welcome. That's better. If we remember the biker, Robert, I think it was his name, with the huge legs, as we said, or as I said in the beginning, when watching that video, the thighs are can be quite thick, okay, but the knees are quite thin. So the knees would probably be the thinnest part, so this part here, not the like this area here. So we can maybe even push this a little bit closer together, like that. Okay. There you go. Okay. The knee looks kind of distorted, does it? That's better. Yeah. Been sculpting 2 characters in ZBrush all weekend. Oh, nice. 2 characters. Okay, interesting. Not just 1. Okay. Going ham. I can only really focus on 1 at a time. But that's just me. Now we get into the territory of the complicated combination of making it soft but also firm. Okay, that's the hardest part to nail. Trying to make it look somewhat defined, but also making it look like it's fairly soft. Wait, hold on, what happens if we use the inflate brush? What happens if we do that here? Oh. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. Hold on. That's sick. Look at that. That actually makes it look like it's being pressed together. Oh, wow. And then if it's too much, we can just smooth it again. Hell yeah. Inflate brush. One more thing to remember to use more in the future, especially for folds and yeah, stuff like that. Tight areas. So if your step sister, or you know, as it happens oftentimes, you know, gets stuck in a dryer, in a tight space, okay? Use the inflate brush. Maybe you can help her out. Maybe you haven't thought about that yet, you know, but it might be a good idea to use that. Might be useful. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Okay. We're talking about how you can use the inflate brush to create these very, very tight ring, whatever, folds, okay? One for practicing and the other's a new lol champ. Oh, nice. A concept, basically. I know your viewers might not be high, but I know your Instagram likes are low. What? You're... Wait, hold on. I must be missing something. I know your viewers might not be high. Oh, okay, now I get it. I thought about your viewers might haven't smoked weed for some reason. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, every time I hear of someone talking about like, oh, you know, I'm hold on. I've been willing to ask you the other line. Yeah, I read the blog post. So what did I want to say? I forgot. Oh, the thing that I always remember, or that that was probably the most useful story that I heard at some point. Not necessarily for me, but it's a good example to talk about for other people if they, you know, kind of talk about that stuff. Is it's in the... So for some reason I decided, hey, you know what? Everybody talks about this James Charles guy. Let me watch some of that, you know, his videos. Because I don't like sort of judging someone because of words from others. So I thought, you know what? Let me I don't know, I was actually just curious. And so I went and I watched the makeup interview basically with Doja Cat. And she talked about how she came to her, I guess, came to fame. I don't know if that's a word. I mean, a sentence or whatever. a phrase. But James Charles, yeah, he talked about the sculpt update too. He's very invested in it. He's very happy about it, that it finally comes out, especially the vertex painting part. But she talked about how she came to, or how she got known, and she talked about that she made music for, I think she said 9 years, just doing music, music. She just, did music over and over and over again, and she talked about how it took after 9 years of doing music, I think her music, like, I don't know, some sort of, I think like I'm a Cow or whatever, I don't know what the song is called, but that song, I think, popped off, and then people knew her, or kind of more and more people, or let's say she blew up, that's I guess the best way to describe it. So that's always the sort of the example that I kind of think of myself, or so when people talk about, hey, there's so many people that are so awesome, but they they didn't really have a big following or whatever. Sometimes it just takes a time, or maybe they haven't really done it for a long time yet, So if you ever see someone, with a lot of cool stuff, then yeah, I guess, if they go for if they want to get like a lot of people, for example, to see their stuff or whatever, and they deliberately sort of go for that, I think at some point you're gonna be seen. What I always like to what do you call it, what I always like to compare to, or like an analogy, would be like a beach. And every post you do is basically you stepping into the sand, leaving your mark. And every step you do, the more posts or whatever you do, the more marks you leave. And if somebody else goes onto that, that beach, aka the internet, or any specific social media platform, the more you do, or the better the mark, I guess, or whatever, the more impressive or whatever, the more you do of those, the more people will sort of you will sort of separate yours from the rest. And at some point, somebody says, hey, this track looks interesting, let me follow it, and then they discover you, I guess. That's how I always kind of think about social media, or how you can think of social media followings, I guess. You can't really expect, usually, to, it's not the norm. Yeah, you can't really expect to just post something and then millions of people will see it. It's like throwing a piece of sand on the beach. It's one of millions. So to be visible, you either have to be like a diamond, or you have to just throw a lot in there for people to notice. Or you develop your sand more and more until it becomes a diamond, Although I just made a Blender donut and I don't know much about Blender, but every time I look at your Instagram posts, I get energy. I don't understand them completely, but I love your posts. Thank you, I appreciate that. Did you study 3D in college or something? I didn't. I guess the first knowledge that I gained about anatomy was drawing. I did a lot of drawing before in high school, for a few years. So I did a lot of figure drawing, tried to always draw, like, did a lot of practice. So that's where I learned a little bit of anatomy, like the principles of like designing, the principles of the human body and all that, like mechanics or shapes. And then that helped me in sculpting, because I already had a good foundation that I can sort of work with. So that made it easier for me to get into sculpting. Okay, Oh. Okay, that's weird. So yeah, I had some, you know, I had, I guess, a few years of practice. I may have just started sculpting in 2 years ago or whatever, but I probably had by now, probably like 5 years of anatomy practice. So it's just like, you know, I could have been here 2 years after I started sculpting, maybe, but I wouldn't have been here if I only started with sculpting and never drew. Okay. Let's go to the inner leg. One thing that I kind of want to change is the crease here. I think it's too strong. Doesn't sand become a pearl? I don't know, maybe. I've never looked into that. Only see you deserve the best. Only see you haven't seen such an educated Blender user whose Instagram posts are awesome. Too much praise, okay? You need to stop. It's interesting that you see so many people posting shorts now. It becomes pretty common, or clips, whatever it is, either one of those. But nobody in the Blender world really does that. Or maybe, yeah, I guess usually, you know, if I say that, it's usually just that I don't know them. There are probably other people, but I've never seen someone that, like, I guess people that you know that do Blender, you know, or that teach Blender or whatever, or that, yeah, do Blender videos, that do that kind of stuff. They don't really, like, most of them just do videos, or that's what I see of them, maybe. Maybe I'm just ignorant, and they do way more. Grand a bit does a lot of shorts. Okay, then I just haven't seen them. See? That's one. I've never really watched his tutorials, actually, or videos. He kind of slipped through my eyes. Oh, that's interesting. Today I actually, today the YouTube algorithm really wanted me to watch a video. So, the thing that happened is I like to get most of the videos that I watch from my my home feed, and today I discovered, or I had a video recommended to me twice, basically at the same time. So you hold on. I completely lost what I wanted to say. I shouldn't read chat when I shouldn't read the chat when I want to say something. Hold on. I lost it. Hold on. Oh yeah. So I I looked through the, you know, the thumbnails, and there was one, you know, and then 2 rows later, it was the same thumbnail again, or it was the same video again. I actually compared the two. It had the same views, the same, of course, the same channel, the same thumbnail, same time. So it was the same video in 1 row, then 2 rows after the same video again. I never had that before, but it was interesting to see. YouTube really wanted me to watch that video, I guess. I didn't. But it was interesting to see. Recommended, yeah, the recommended video. He's one, yeah, I know, but I never really, I think at some point I just kind of stopped watching YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials, because I learn. So at some point, you know, tutorials usually teach you, most tutorials teach you, at least YouTube tutorials teach you something broad, or shallow sounds weird, but it's basically that. Like they teach you something it doesn't really go into in depth that much. So you like you create something, but it's not like it doesn't go into deep pockets of Blender, I guess you could say. So at some point, as for characters, for example, I haven't really found any useful tutorials. Maybe usually it's like time lapses that I maybe watch sometimes to see a certain aspect of how they created something. For example, clothing, that I watched a few Flying Cat videos about clothing. But if you, at some point, you kind of reach the end of what tutorials can give you, and then I guess you have to go into courses if you want to do like a full-on in-depth course, for example, or I don't know. I try to, you know, I've showed the entire process, I guess, of stuff like this, but yeah, it's like you know, it doesn't really go into too much depth in here too, so you know, it's yeah, I don't know. I think at some point you just kind of need to do it yourself, I guess. So you're saying I should avoid your tutorials? Exactly. You should basically not even listen to me. Basically just... Hey, yeah, basically if you see a video of mine, just go to the 3 dots and say, don't show me this again. And then, you know, then you're good. Okay, let's go to the other leg. I think this one's pretty good. I may want to smooth this even more. And then we can go to this one. I'm not quite happy with this one yet. I think there needs to be more wrinkles or folds or whatever, but I want to get to this one first. I'll make you a free YouTube banner, so that one is not modern at all. I'm a graphic designer. I don't need... I actually wanted to redesign my stuff, so I can do that at some point. I don't know when. I think I at some point designed my my banners and all that. I had like a theme for it, but I want to do a new one, more modern one, you know. Tutorials are easy views, but they don't hold much value. The person can't spread the wings. What do you mean with spread their wings? I would say tutorials are easy views, but they're not that, but they're very narrow. I guess that's what you mean, maybe. So they only really teach you exactly that thing, which might be very useful, and you explain it in a very useful way, but they don't really like, yeah, they're very specific. In this project, the clothes are a separate layer that you can turn off. Yes. Why? I'm not going to show you Chun-Li nude, okay, if you ask for it. It may happen randomly, but you can't just ask for it, okay? You pervert. You little perv. First you're trying to entice me with a new YouTube banner, and then you're trying to, you know, you're trying to ask for digital nudes. Unbelievable. They gotta be able to leave the nest. Yeah. I'm sculpting an alien character. What kind of details can I add? Depends on what kind of alien it's about. What I always like to think about when I think about detailing, or maybe even anatomy itself for aliens. Think about what they're supposed to do. Are they supposed to fly? Are they supposed to, I don't know, jump very far? Are they supposed to be able to swim very fast, run very fast, whatever it is? And then look up animals that can do that, like kangaroos, or I don't know, for swimming, frogs, I guess. It depends on like what comes closest to what your alien is supposed to be able to do. For bigger limbs, for example, that's what I would use. Like, hey, you know, my alien is supposed to be able to jump like a frog, but it's also supposed to I don't know, eat or have a beak, and they use their beak to crack open nuts. So you look for birds that crack open nuts with their beak, and you combine different animals into your thing, get inspired at least by their anatomy, and this way you can kind of craft like a new creature that sort of combines different traits to create like a new, creature. And the detail, I would also go for kind of looking at what or why for animals, for example. I think it's hard to really come up with a new structure. You would probably kind of either combine or just use an already existing like fur or scaled, for example. So you can look up why animals, for example, have scales or why animals have fur, and see if that fits into your alien, and then you can see which one you like the most. Like, hey, I like this very clumpy fur, I like this very fine fur, very short, long, whatever it is. Or maybe I like scales. There are different types of scales, very big ones, very small ones, maybe even combinations of the two. And you can then sort of inspire yourself looking at nature, which also gives you immediately good references to detail out your alien. If you don't know what you're looking or what you want to look for, then I guess you can also just look at like exotic animals, for example, and see what kind of parts of them you like. Like, hey, I like the scales of this lizard, or maybe even just like the colors. I like the colors of this lizard. Let me add those to my like, hey, this lizard is dark blue, white, and black or orange. Those are going to be my colors for the alien. Then I'm going to say, hey, it's supposed to be scaly, or it's supposed to be slimy, or it's supposed to be whatever. And then you see it, look at slimy or even scaly animals and see what they look like, and how you can combine that into like a cool new creature, basically. I meant how you do them. Even in drawing, some people just have one layer and they draw everything on top of each other. That's why I asked. So for this, I started with a base mesh. I think it's still a base mesh. Hold on. So we have the legs individually. Originally they were also separate, but we can see here we have the legs, the hips basically. We have the waist, we have the torso, we have the head, we have the neck. So those were all separate pieces. Basically all the pieces that sort of change or move when you change your pose are individual, so that you can pose the character, by rotating the pieces. And then I just duplicated the pieces. Like this one is just, the hip again, but then I shaped it into the, whatever that thing is called. Same for the waistband. It's just basically just the waist. Hold on. There it is. That's here you can see the abs basically. So you can see basically I just duplicated the pieces and then used those for clothing as well. And the clothing is pretty tight, so it's not like she has like a dress on, so I can just use that for the clothing. Focusing on the face right now and struggling with details. I'm looking like a pervert. I mean, you can either fight it or you can embrace it. On the face, what kind of face is it? Is it like a human face? Is it a, I don't know, lizardy face? Is it what kind of, pieces does it have in the face? Does it have like, I don't know, 8 eyes? Does it have mandibles? Does it have, I don't know what else you could have, like an open mouth, like an O mouth, Good artist copy, great artist steal, exactly. So the knee looks pretty okay. I'm not there yet, but we're getting close, okay? Let me see if I can find, if I have... Wait, oh, there it is. Nope, there it isn't. Wait, is it? No. Where's my kick reference? I do not have it anymore. Should I add some veins? I don't know if you should. I don't know if you could see them through the leggings. I don't think so. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Is there any bone structure in After Effects? You can make a skeleton and attach muscles to it and later animate the skeleton. Is it necessary to make a skeleton for sculpture design in Blender? Nope. Depends on how you want to do it. You can either create a body first, like in a T or A pose, and then you can give it bones to then put it into the pose. Or you can also, I guess, it's hard to explain. You can either give a body bones, or you can basically separate all bones into individual objects, so that you have like one part is just thighs, one part is just the calf, one part is just the foot, and then you can move the pieces individually. That's a different way you can do it in After Effects, where you change the anchor point, for example. If you have like a hand, for example. The hand could be, if you don't want to animate the fingers, the hand could be an image or whatever, a shape. The arm could be a shape or image, and then you can put the anchor point right here for the hand, and then you can do this, you know, by just rotating it. And that's how you can rotate characters as well, you know. That's how I did it here, for example. Hopefully that was understandable. Yeah, if you look at a lot of making ofs for movies, for example, a lot of people use animals for references. Well, you know, because aliens don't really, like, you've never seen an alien, you know? That's why it's an alien, because you've never seen it before. So, you know, you can't really come up with something you've never seen before. So, you would use animals as reference. And just combine them in new, I guess, variations or whatever. In new ways. So I'm kind of thinking about how much definition I want to add. I think I want to keep it fairly smooth, but I want to still, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I'll just do, okay? I'll just do. So stuff like this is probably too defined, definitely. So I want to, you know, I want to make it smoother. And first of all, kind of smooth out these rough parts here. Okay, let me look at a reference that I had before. Oh, there's something I want to do at some point. I want to try this art style in 3D. I think it looks really cool. I've seen some Photoshop shops before, some photo shops before that looked very much like this. I don't know how to describe it, but I like the style a lot. Look at this. Where you still have a lot of sort of you have a lot of plasticity, so it still looks real, but the colors are sort of, the shadows and whites are crushed together a little bit, so that the blank parts are not as black and the white parts aren't as white. So you can see the color clearer, and you have this very intense color for all the pieces. I think this looks very cool, and I want to see if I can do that for in Blender somehow. Let me look at something. What is it? Photoshop 2022 loading artwork, maybe? Is it that one? Well, that's not what I wanted. There it is. No, it was the previous one, right? So this one, there was another one. I don't know if it was Photoshop. I think it was. Was it 2020? No. 2021 is the girl, right? No, it's this one. Which one was it? I can't remember. It wasn't 19, it was earlier. Or more recent. wait, isn't there a page where you can see all the... What is it? All the artworks. Adobe application loading artwork. Well, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I can't find it. Unfortunately. I remember seeing it, but maybe it was in the what's new page, on the what's new page. Yeah, I can't find it. Well, but yeah, this is very cool. So maybe yeah, maybe we'll get into that at some point. But what do I want? Oh, okay. The critter loading artwork is incredible. Hold on. Critter loading artwork. This one? This one? This one? I don't know which one's the newest one. Critter 2022. This one? I like this one. Has a nice contrast. Nice dark parts here, nice bright parts here, nice and colorful. The green one, this one. Looks pretty cool. Okay. I don't want to waste any more time, okay? Already wasted enough time. Let's see. What? Hold on. The debate over the existence of extraterrestrial life was settled when the CIA authenticated the most famous piece of UAP evidence. Okay. The top right one, I'd already deleted, closed it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll see you, Dark Abe. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Well, the rest of your evening, I guess. So, I wanna go into... I don't know. I forgot. Oh, wait. Female fit, is it in here? By the way, if you haven't yet, I have a Pinterest page with a lot of references and boards for references or whatever. My boards, if you want to see them, you can go to Pinterest and search for Noggy_now and you'll find me. And then you can follow, I guess, me and, or I guess just follow the boards that you find interesting. So that you have all the references that I have too. Oh. Okay. It is time to get into it. I don't want to... I've wasted too much time already. The problem with these, I think the inner leg muscles or the back leg muscles are the ones that I'm least comfortable with, I would say. So I need a lot of reference for those. But I think I have pretty good reference now. So now it comes all down to execution. As I said before, the most important part, at least for me, to learn the anatomy and be able to sculpt it is to know where the muscle comes from and where the muscle goes to. So that I can then imagine how it would look if you would twist and turn those bones where it is attached to. That's what helps me the most. And Yeah, for the legs, I haven't really done that much research, I guess, or practice. I guess this pose is also kind of weird, but still. Okay. As I said on on last week, I guess you could say. This week I'll do shorter streams, and then next week there will be no streams. Okay. I'm gonna do the next stream will be the week after. But I'm gonna do shorter streams, not today, not tomorrow, but I guess only really 2 days. So, you know, from Wednesday and Thursday, I guess, will be shorter. So it doesn't really change that much this week, but it will change tomorrow. I mean, next week, where we have no streams. But I wanna, you know, I'll change. The streams will change quite a bit after the week of no streams. So I'll post, I guess, I'll post something about that on YouTube and probably in the Discord at some point next week, so that you know what's going on if you like to watch the streams a lot. Okay. So I think I want to give them a little bit more width here. They seem quite, I think it can use some more, some more width right here. So let's pull it apart. There it is. Of course, if you kind of stand like this, you have your thighs basically flexed. So that means that they're very tight, especially here. So I want to give them a little bit more volume here. They're very tight. When you're finished, is retopology required before printing? Nope. We do not need to retopologize. If I had to, I would probably just use automatic retopology, but we don't have to. So, you know, that's a good thing about 3D modeling or 3D printing. The only thing that 3D modeling, I mean, retopologizing could help with would be speed, I guess, but only really when the 3D printer calculates how it sets up the layers. It 3D prints by just, you know, it's basically like a glue gun, and it, you know, just goes in layers, adds one layer after the other, and you know, at some point it's done. And that's how it, you know, prints the model. So it needs to sort of determine a path that it goes to set up or to create all the layers. That could be faster if you do it with a reapologized mesh, but it's not necessary. Yeah, you can. I think you can get away with a lot of non-reapologized meshes, like weight painting. I mean, vertex painting is vertex painting relies on a lot of vertices, so there it's not necessarily important to have a good topology necessarily. You can also rig a character with bad topology. It'll just be slower, you know. So if your PC can handle it, you can also just use your raw sculpt and pose it, for example. I've done that before. You can also just yeah, basically. I don't know if there are any other use cases where you need to retopologize. I guess, yeah, UV unwrapping, I guess that's a little bit more tricky because it'll look weird. Oftentimes the UV maps, if they're very sort of first of all, you can't really create them manually. If you, well, you can, but it'll be hard. If you do it, actually maybe you can with the new face set interpolation or whatever, or with the new sculpting tools that they will add soon. Maybe you can actually create very smooth seams. But right now with like automatic seam or UV mapping, for example, it gets very choppy, and you can maybe sometimes see that in your final result. But overall, I think it's you can get away with a lot of non-retopologized meshes. Okay, that's looking quite sweet. Let's look at that part. Seems like this part here needs to be higher, so I'm just going to push it up a little bit. That's better. Maybe a little bit flat now. Okay. Oh, by the way, there's a really cool video coming out. Well, I think it's really cool. It's very short, but it's probably gonna come out on Wednesday. I'm gonna say what it is. I think I said it before. Well, I sort of teased it, I guess, or talked about it before, but I never really said what it will be. But it will announce something. I think pretty cool. Nothing big, but something useful for everyone. And I probably want to do more of that thing in the future. Maybe even with this piece here. Probably. Okay. Let's finish the... So what does it look like? It seems like this side here is pretty straight. You can't really see the... Yeah. So this part can be pretty smooth here. Like that. And then the other side is pretty harsh. Right here. That's better. Okay. Then we have the back here, which can also use some more smoothness. That's what we're gonna do with the arms tomorrow. We have the muscle layer, and now I just want to add a nice little smoothness layer to make everything a little bit, you know, appear a little bit softer, a little bit, yeah, more like skin. She has a layer of skin on top of her muscles, so I want to show that by not just smoothing everything, because that would just make everything smaller, by actually adding a new layer that covers the other previous layer. Okay. So I'm just going between these creases here. I still want to, you know, kind of keep the structure, but I want to just kind of fill these creases because they're very, they add to this very defined look. So I'm just going to use the clay brush to just kind of make it nice and smooth. Kind of reduce the definition a little bit. What is it called again? Everything. When the body has like busts around the clothes. What? When the body has... I don't know what you mean. Busts around the clothes? What do you mean? Don't speak in hieroglyphs. I don't speak Spanish. Okay, that's better. Nice and smooth as always. Okay, I think this is too deep. Pull it out. Perfect. Oh, sorry. There was a fly on my microphone and I blew it away. Plump, like it's being squeezed slightly by the clothes. Do you mean folds? Wrinkles? Creases? I don't know. Wait, what? When the body has like busts around the clothes? Around the clothes? I mean seams? No. I don't know what you mean. Well, there's a word for it. If there's a word for it, then I don't know it. Or you haven't described it well. I'm lacking critical information. Okay. Looking pretty good. We're getting there. Okay, we're almost there. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say almost, okay? But we're getting there. I think the leg looks pretty good now. Maybe a little bit too defined. I kind of want to smooth it just a little bit. Okay. That looks pretty good. I think the back looks a little bit too defined still. So let me adjust that real quick. So let's smooth this part. So first of all, we have quite a big crease here. Of course, that's not the case if we have a lot of fat, or not a lot of fat, but a layer of fat on top of it. So let's add that now. First of all, for the calves here, I don't think there's a lot of fat deposits on the calf, but you know, there's still a little bit of smoothness on it, even if it's just being created by the skin itself. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Can you describe what it's supposed to be, or where it comes from, or whatever? Maybe we can Sherlock Holmes our way to the correct word. Okay. Nice and smooth. So we already smoothed this side here a little bit. Perfect. It's not smooth enough. Clothing squeezes their body and you can see the plum area around the clothing kind of bulge in it. Oh, you mean when I don't know, you mean when you have a I've seen I think I know what you mean. These sort of, I've seen thumbnails on, tutorials about, I think, that on Pinterest before, for like anime drawings and whatnot, where you add, like, because it's very tight, like I think they showed it on like thigh-high socks or whatever, where it's like it's very tight, so it squeezes the skin or the body part together, so you have like this overhang or whatever you want to call it, the squeezing. Is that what you mean? Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's smoother. Okay, let's go into the middle. I don't want to make the crease that big. Yeah. I don't know what you would look up, or was there a question about that? Hold on. I don't know, maybe. But yeah. I don't know if there's a special word for that. Let's see. What if we look for... Let's look on Pinterest. Anime thigh-high socks tutorial. How to shading. Let's see. I don't know. I can't find anything. Yeah, yeah. I guess I need to know the word so I can look it up. Oh, hold on. I'm onto it. Maybe. No. I thought I had it, but I didn't. It slipped out of my hands. Well, yeah. I don't know what it's called. If you know what it is, tell me. Man, I have to think about that. All these Google 3D sculpts look flat. Okay. Let's do the rest of the legs. I mean here, bottom at the bottom. And then we can go to the buttock, the cake. We need to add some more cream on top. Okay, not the cream that you're maybe thinking about. Okay, we're not here to do that. Okay. If so, you can find that on my Patreon. Okay. New drop every week. So make sure to pledge or whatever it's called. To sign up, to join. Clothing hug is important. Yeah. I don't think I need it here. Maybe for the boots. Maybe I'll think about it. Blender animate tutorial. Well, they exist. You know, if people can create VTubers in Blender, they can probably also make a tutorial out of it. Let's see, we can use the crease brush here. Ah, kinda. Works somewhat. Should be good enough. I want to make it very defined first, and then I can use the inflate brush to bring it closer, and then I can smooth it again. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit too flat right now. Let's see. I think it can be a little bit wider in the back. Or voluminous. Like this. Yeah. Okay. Is 3-hour sculpting the best parts? Maybe. No, I think they usually do those with polymodeling, because like converting a 2D character into a 3D model, I think polymodeling might be easier. If you want to like fully recreate the character, because then you can grab a side view of the character from the series or whatever it is from. You can grab a front view and then you can polymodel it. I think that's simpler than sculpting it. Sculpting an anime character is kind of weird. Because especially the nose, you know, it's like just a point. I think that's easier to do with the with polymodeling, because you can be very exact with it. Okay, time for the butt. So the muscles are already here, as you can see. Now it's time to add the padding. Okay, just a little bit more. We can also kind of reinforce the crease that we have here a little bit too. Make it nice and round, of course, in the right parts, you know, it's not just round, it has weight to it. So we need to keep that in mind too. First thing you learn if you want to learn how to draw boobs, for example, is you need to learn about that they're not just, you know, static, they're not just balloons, okay? At least most of them. Natural, okay? They're natural. They actually have weight to them, so they move around. Same with the butt meat, okay? So that looks pretty good. I like it. Looking pretty decent. We can probably adjust it a little bit more, maybe in here. You know, I feel like the best reference I can find here is on Pornhub. I don't know if I'll get closer to, you know, if I can really find good references like for this anywhere else. Everything is CG. I mean, what is it? Everything is PG nowadays. Unbelievable. Wait, I can look at Cammy. Hold on. Let me look at Cammy. Cammy. Hold on. Street Fighter Cammy. Favorite color? What? Let's see. Okay. Cammy kick, maybe? Oh, no. I actually considered at some point to do like a martial arts before. But only really because it looked cool. The one that I wanted to do is capoeira. Capoeira or whatever. Because it's you know, it's somewhat like a mix between fighting and dancing, like with backflips and I don't know, cartwheels and all that. Oh, I found the perfect reference. Oh my, I can't show you what I'm looking at though. Yeah, I thought about it because it looked really cool, but then I, you know, it's always like you think about something you want to learn because it looks cool, because it like you think it's cool. But usually, you know, you kind of think about what you would have to do for it. You know, like, hey, you know, I have to practice, like, to do what I think is cool, I would have to practice for multiple years, you know, and you quickly realize that it's not worth it. Okay. I did karate before, actually. But I It stopped after the first belt, I think. Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. The only sport that I did was karate for, I think, like 1 or 2 years. Not that long. I got the yellow belt, which was the first. Well, the first one is white. The next one is yellow. That's the one that I got. So I didn't really, learn that much. Really only like the basics, which don't really help me when I want to defend myself. Because it's not really that dynamic. It's just like following certain moves or doing certain moves over and over and over and over again. If you get a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, which is about 2 years in, I don't remember what I got. I think I still have the suit somewhere. But I know that I have the yellow one, but I don't have anything else. So I don't have a different color, just yellow. Maybe I just did it for a year. I don't know. Problem is, being able to fight might help you in fist fights, but everything else, you're kind of screwed anyway. Like if somebody brings a knife, I don't think you should fight that. And if I don't think there are a lot of situations where you really need to fight. Like, okay, there's somebody with a knife, you would probably just run. And if there's somebody that wants to fight you, like boxing style, I guess you can also just run, so it's not necessarily necessary. I guess Jiu-Jitsu makes more sense because it's more close quarters and you can sort of get to an advantage point in close quarters, or when somebody grapples you or whatever, grabs you, at least easier. Other fighting styles might not be that, like, yeah, I think grabbing is useful, one of the more useful ones, because you can actually control the whole situation and you can sort of, you can control it, whatever the other person does. Like if they want to fight you, you can just rush them, I guess, and just grapple them and, I don't know, choke them out. If they want to choke you out themselves, you probably, if you're trained, you have more experience, so you know how to get out of it, and then you can do it to them. If you can run and get to your firearm and phone to call the company, I mean, I don't know if somebody would follow you home, or wherever your firearm is, but I mean, like if somebody at a bar or something challenges you. Not at a, not like you're challenging the Yakuza to or you killed the leader of the Yakuza and now they're, I don't know, chasing you, I don't think that's not what I mean. Or they try to kill you no matter what. That's not what I mean. So I guess, you know, if you run away, I don't think they would follow you for that long. Okay, I like the right one. I think the left one needs more volume now. Let's add that now. It is a little bit flexed. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Yeah. A little bit more volume shouldn't hurt. I think this part here is actually wrong. It's hard to see, but I think it needs to be different. Maybe more like this, a little bit rounder. More space for the leg muscles. I think that's more correct. You could run... Oh yeah. Yeah, that's better. That makes more sense. Okay. I also like the new style of painting that you can do in the new changes that they want to do for sculpting. How they showed off how much faster the new vertex painting is in the sculpt mode. But what I actually liked more was the look of it. It looked way different. It actually looked like sort of like you know, like paint that they just put on with a brush. Not just like a weird smooth sphere. That's also what I liked about it. So I hopefully this this change can do most of the can fix most of the issues that I have, which is not that many, and make the whole thing just a little bit easier, you know. Okay, I think the legs look pretty good now. Let me do some details now. Do you have guns in Germany? We do not. Well, police has, but you know, to get a firearm you need a registration. You need to, you know, register to get one. I think you can only get it if you like do hunting or if you do it as a sport. Otherwise, well, first of all, you don't really need it, and second of all, you don't really get it that easily. Yeah, so you can own it, own them, but I think you have to have a reason for it. You can't just say, hey, I want to defend myself against somebody with a knife. You know? You don't really need a gun for that. No. Okay. Let's give this part here a little bit more smoothness. It deserves it. Okay. So I think this looks pretty good now. Let's now add some details like wrinkles and all that. This will be interesting. I don't know how this will turn out, but we'll see. Let me look at some reference first. We have a pretty good reference there. I haven't really looked at the upper calf yet. Let me see. Do I want to change it? I have so many tabs. Aha. No, that's pretty good, I think. Anything about the... Oh, hold on. The outer part is pretty smooth. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so you can have like knives, I guess, for self-defense, but you don't really need it. Well, you can only have them to a certain length. You can carry them around. I don't know what that length is, but it's fairly short, so you can have like a dagger or like a full-on, I don't know, like a full-on. I think it's like this long. It's the max. Maybe, yeah, I don't know how long. 222 LR. Okay. I don't know any guns, so yeah, I have no idea what that means. Welcome, Mond Dord Animations. Welcome. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. If you're here live, hope you enjoyed the stream. You know what? I actually want to kind of adjust the leg here. Just a little bit. For home defense, okay. I always complain when I see this in other pieces, so I kind of want to do it better in mine. You know? I don't want to be a hypocrite. Let me see if I can kind of bring in like a little pressure point here where the boot affects the leg. Okay. See, it looks way better now. I'm happy. Do I want to do that for the... I don't think I want to do that for the shoe. Just because it's, the calves are very, I guess you could say, tight or firm. So they probably wouldn't really change all that much. Although maybe here just a little bit. So I want to make it a little bit more here. Like this. And then I just want to remove it again. On the shoe. Okay, there you go. And then go in and crease it away. I mean, subtract it again. And we can create this nice little crease right here. Like that. See how much that helps with realism, I guess you could say. Sculpting is coming along, yeah. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. Okay, let's do it for this side too. Oh no. Okay. Hard to see it. Okay. Good enough. Is all I'm looking for. There you go. Okay. Now the leg here, I guess we can just go in here. No, I want to kind of add a little bit more. Not too much. Okay. And then remove it again. Right here. Perfect. Okay. She's thick. Yes. Okay. I think that's pretty good now. I'm quite happy with it. So now we can go into the, I guess, aspects of fabric. How would the fabric look on top of what we have now? Before I do anything, I want to save it real quick. Save it. Okay. Let's continue. So now we need to look at fabric. I had some references here. Let me see if I can find them again. In between all of these tabs. Somewhere here we'll have the oh, there it is. Hey. That's a good one. That's okay. Oh wow, that's loud. Nope, that's not good. I guess I can use these two. Okay. with every leg on the stream, a happy bunny is born. Okay, so if we want to add fabric, we need to add it on top of what we have here. So let's do that. Let's use the draw sharp brush actually to create some nice creases here. So many new brushes. Just to kind of add a little bit of that. Look at that. We do that a little bit more here. Make it nice and smooth. Ease it in. I think we can get there. The more it pinches together, the more folds there are. And this is probably the most pinched it can be. So we have some pretty big creases. Not big, but dense. A lot of them. And see, they can be very, I guess, dense. No, they can be very, I don't know how to say it. Very deep. That's looking pretty good. I like these two. These three. Nice and slow wins the race. Okay, a few more. Actually, no, on this side there aren't really that many. So maybe one more here. And that should do the trick. Small one right here. Maybe one more right here. Okay. There you go. Look at that. I think that looks pretty good. It doesn't need that much to, you know, to make it look like fabric. And I think that small detail can really help in kind of conveying that feeling. Why is everyone so quiet? Well, I think we talked about that last week. I think a lot of people, most people that watch streams, do so while working on something else. So they don't really, they don't really chat, for example. I do the same if I watch streams. I think I chat like very rarely. If somebody asks for help, for example, or asks a question, maybe then I might respond. But I usually don't really say anything at all. Okay, I think on the inside we don't really need that many folds, so these two might be enough. I want to see if we can add some here to the rest. Hold on. If there are any somewhere over here in the leg area. There should be. Well, we have the seam line here, but I don't know if we... Oh, hold on. Maybe we can add some here. Wait, let me hide this part. Where is it? There it is. Just a few folds right here, making it nice and squeezed. Yeah, that looks cool. Just kind of giving it this feel of this movable fabric being pushed together. There you go, that's better. Just kind of, kind of trying to convey that feeling of, yeah, fabric with these folds. They're being affected by the boot. If you strap the boot together, it kind of pushes together, like it pinches everything together. It's very tight on the leg, so it would probably kind of pinch the clothing together as well. There you go. Okay. Let's bring back the little boot thingy. There it is. Okay. And then over here. Oh, I haven't really adjusted it here yet. Okay. So let's go to this leg first. Hold on, let me see if I can. I think there should be a few folds here. If you raise your leg, they would probably go upwards like this. Okay. Not too much, just a little bit. I don't think that's enough, but I'll leave it there for now. I'm gonna do the boot first. Okay, same here. We're just gonna add a little bit more here. Make it nice and puffy. And then we can create a nice deep crease right where the boot starts. And that's how you can sell this very nice and soft feeling or look. Let me get rid of this right here. That's also what we've done here for the boot. See these creases there? Those are also sort of, so they're supposed to convey the sort of feeling of the string here. I don't remember what it's called. Pulling together the two flaps, I guess you could say. Okay, now we can crease and make it nice and deep. Look at that. I don't think it's going to be that visible in the print at the end, but it's like when you want to make a background. If you want to create a background for like a character render, for example, you can see that detail is missing. If your background is very undetailed, I guess, or very simple, you can see that the detail is missing. So if you just add more detail that it might be able to print, we can kind of make sure that the detail doesn't, maybe the detail can kind of sort of get conveyed. So by adding it, we don't really lose anything. We can just kind of maybe hope for some sort of way that you can see it in the end. And also I want to render this digitally as well, so it doesn't really hurt to add, because we're going to see it at the end digitally at least. Okay, there you go. And then we do the other side. Pretty similar, but not exactly the same. Create some variation, of course, as always. There you go. If I do these details that are supposed to be very subtle, I like to keep my brush strength very, very small, I guess you could say. Very, very, not small. Yeah, basically small, or yeah. I want to have a very weak brush, because then I can brush over the same spot over and over and over again and slowly see the change rather than making the change very drastic or rapidly and then having to backtrack. I guess you could do both, but I like I like that version more. It's easier for me to do. Okay. That looks pretty good. The leg is straight, so there wouldn't be any big creases here or any big folds. Let's see, let's look at the... I think I want to add the seam line now. The seam line is probably here. It would probably, yeah, it should probably start here in the, on the taint. I think that's the right word. And then it would probably be on the, in the back. No, it's in the middle, right? Hold on. Ah. Okay. First things first. Setting the setting the fall of right. I want to use the draw sharp brush. This looks pretty good already, but I want to adjust it a little bit. I guess it can be stronger. And then I want to adjust the profile, the fall off. I want to make my custom fall off to make it look like a full-on crease, or what is it called again? A seam line. I want to use sharp, but I want to make a... Where's my... Oh, custom, I guess. There you go. Make it nice and sharp. At the top. And then I want to... make a little bump at the end too. So that it looks something like... this, I guess. Just very, very small. No. First of all, this needs to be very tight. That's okay, but it needs to be... It needs to go in the other direction. No. It needs to be... Oh, it needs to be like this. There you go, right? I don't really know if that's right. Oh, we can see it, hold on. Yeah. Right? Well, that's, First of all, it needs to be way, way tighter. So that doesn't work then, does it? You know what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just use the sharp brush. I think that's easier. Maybe even sharper. Hold on. And then we can use the pinch brush to make it even sharper. Okay. I also want to use stabilize stroke. There you go. Okay. Draw on negative. I wanted to create a profile, but I need a positive and negative. And that doesn't really work with the fall off setting. Okay, so it starts here. Okay, how long? Oh. And then it goes down. Over here, that might be way too big, but that's okay. I think that's not, I don't want to, actually it doesn't look too bad, but I kind of want to do it again. I don't want to be that far forward. Wait. That's better. That's pretty good. Okay. There's a cool function that somebody told me on TikTok in ZBrush, where you can repeat the same motion again, basically Control or Shift R in Blender, but in sculpting. Sounds very, very, very useful, but you know, it doesn't exist in Blender, unfortunately. That doesn't look too bad, but also not that great. Let's do it again. I need to kind of see what I can... Okay. I want to have a different, similar motion or similar movement path, I guess, to the other side. That looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to increase the depth. I think there's a tool for that. What if we just use the mesh filter? What do we have here? We have... Oh, hold on. We can use the smooth brush. Let me show you what I mean. So the smooth brush has two functions. The smooth brush, you know, everybody knows the smooth brush as smoothing something like this. You know, hey, it's smooth and there's nothing, you know, we smooth the crease. But if you press Control, the smooth brush becomes a sharpened brush, or I guess you could say enhanced brush. So if you hold Control, you can see we can make this nice and strong, this crease. And that's what I want to do with it. So, yeah, it's a really cool function. It's gonna be even better when the update for the sculpting tools comes out. So we can just go in here and increase the crease depth, I guess you could say, by just holding Control while using the smooth brush. There you go. Look at how much more strength we can add here. Really, really nice. Let's okay, let's see. I don't want to overdo it. So I try to be quite gentle. There you go. Of course, you can also use it for other stuff like the folds here, but I don't want to do it because it can create some weird artifacts. They also want to improve this functionality in the new update. I've never really used it that much, but I can see it being very useful for stuff like this, for details, you know. I usually don't really go into details that much. I like to stay very rough. Okay, and then we can use the pinch brush to just make it a little bit tighter. Look at that. Okay. There it is. The other leg, and then we have that part done. I made the clock from Beauty and the Beast, but he's hard to pose. Yeah. I can imagine him being harder to pose than the other one. What was his name again? Not chandelier, but the candle holder. What was his name again? Something with an L, I think. Lumiere, yeah. You could probably still work with bones, though. I think that's the easiest way to deform him, maybe. I don't know what he looks like, really, but I think so. So, let me try something. Do I actually have a... Wait. Do I have some sort of fabric bump map? Let's see. Resources. Resources. Do I have a fabric? I should have a fabric texture. Textures. Beach bricks, concrete, denim sounds good. Dirt, fabric, canvas, fine sounds good too. 4K, why not? Oh, I never opened it. Perfect. At some point I just downloaded a whole lot of textures to just have them. So if I need them, like now, I have them here. There you go. So what do we have? Oh wow, that's not really... That's what it... That's not, maybe? Oh, hold on. That's pretty good. It's a little bit small though. I will try. So let's try something. I want to make a new... I want to use the draw brush. I want to use a texture. Texture. New. And then I want to use the fabric bumper map. What is it called again? Fabric? It's not even... Why is Blender... How do you sort something in Blender? When you... Oh. There you go. 4K, and I need the bump map. Roughness? Oh. Normal map. I guess I use the AO. Maybe AO works. There it is. Okay. Then I want to use mapping 3D area plane. I want to use stroke method anchored. Ball of smooth sounds good to me. You can see it there. Oh wow. Of course that looks weird, but we're getting there. Okay. I want to probably add more resolution to this. It probably has quite a lot already. It's not on set to smooth as far as I know. You can see here, we can see the faces. But I want to add more. I want to see if we can actually add some detail to the sculpt. So this might crash everything, okay? I'm scared, but we'll try it. So if I'm gone in a few seconds, you know why. So let's try this. What kind of resolution does this have right now? Oh. It has 1.01706. How about I divide this by 2? Let's see how long that'll take. Remesh. Oh no. Let's see. I want to see if I can add some detail to this. It is a remesh. I could also use dynamic topology to add more resolution if this whatever way of doing it doesn't work. I'm not really tied to the geometry that I have right now, so I might do. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Let's see what the mesh looks like. Oh, that's pretty dense. Might not be dense enough though. It's still pretty bumpy. I guess that could also just be the texture itself. You know what? I kind of want to try dynamic topology. So let's get into it. I saved it as a new version so that if something goes wrong, nothing bad happens. That's also what they talked about. Something like something about dynamic topology not triangulating the whole mesh anymore, which can lead to problems, I think. Which it does now, I guess. But I didn't really understand what they meant with that. Okay. So you can see it's getting quite laggy, but that's okay. I want to see how much resolution we have here. Nothing. Okay. I don't think we... Oh, wait. 126? That doesn't make sense. No way. Well, I guess we just set it to ×2 then. And use the simplify brush. Oh, wow. That's not ×2, is it? I guess it is. Let's see how we can get through this. You can see how laggy it is. Well, this might be more... This is at least more stable than the... than remeshing. This might take a while. I don't know if it's worth it. Because I don't know how laggy it's gonna be at the end. So I'm gonna see if this is too laggy now. Let's see, deactivate dynamic topology and just see how laggy it is when I use when I apply the texture again. For some reason dynamic topology disabling it takes ages too. Okay, there you go. So let's see. It still has everything there. Okay. It's not too bad. But it's also very strong for some reason. Is that really that bad? 1 point whatever? What about 1.24? So it works, but it takes a while. Now it's too weak, I guess. Yeah, it sort of lags sometimes, but it's not. It's still fluid. So we could add this level of detail to the whole legs, but I don't know if that's necessary. And if that wouldn't like increase the amount of The amount of lag overall, too much. We could try remeshing once more and see what that does. Or if it takes too long, if it works, you know. Let's do that. Let's go one higher to, oh no. Divided by 2 once more. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. Okay. Remesh. 0.004264. So it's quite small. The thing is, if I do that for the leggings, I would probably have to do that for the other parts of the clothing too, which, you know, otherwise it would probably look kind of weird. This is what I'm doing now. It's not really for the print necessarily. It's more for, you know, I want to experiment how far you can push like a sculpt itself, you know, or if you would rather use, of course, bump maps and all that to do this, but I want to see if you can, how far you can push it in the sculpt itself, so that you can see the model, maybe even with textures on them. Takes quite a while, as you can see, but you know, it hasn't crashed yet, so I'll just wait. I don't think this sort of you know, this sort of operation really crashes Blender. It's more that it takes a while to do, so I'll just wait. Looking through some cool imagery. There you go. Here, that's the artist that made this one. Nope, still working. Okay. They made a few more. They don't have the exact same style, but it's pretty similar. It's very painterly, very vibrant. Gypsy vampire sketch to color. Oh, it's done. Is it? It is. Oh, hello. You can feel the that it's laggy a little bit. But let's see. Okay, you can see how dense it is. So let's see how well this looks now. How good. Okay. I mean, it works, but kind of flickery. I don't really know if it adds a lot to it. It's really hard to see if it's not all over the legs, so I guess we can just do it and see what it looks like, and then, you know. Oh. It's lagging. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can see what it looks like with everything, like, you know, with the whole legs looking like this. But I don't think it'll change too much. Welcome, Hustler. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I know your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and your Monday, of course, as well. I've been pretty good. I have been doing quite fine. You know what? I don't know if I want to do it actually. This might be quite a hassle. I guess we could just The problem is we kind of have to match the direction of the fabric, which is not necessarily the biggest problem, but also the scale. Yeah, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I want to do this. Okay. Let me open up the previous version. Yeah, as you can see, we've today we finished the legs. We've added the fat layer on top of it, and then we also added a fabric layer on top of it by adding some folds and making it look like, you know, there's a cloth on top of the skin that's been shifting around, been pinched in certain parts, and you know, refined basically everything a little bit to make it look nice and clean. So now that we have... Hold on. It's loading. Come on. There it is. We have something like this. You know, with the seam line here. And yeah, there you go. I want to try something. What if we go into... The detail won't really... Well, maybe. I don't know how big... How... Like, with the size that I want to make it. I don't exactly know what the size will be, but I don't know how much it will add. And, you know, might as well have it. And then maybe it can translate it a little bit. I also want to render it, like, digitally, so I wanted to give it some more detail, you know? And now we're here. Let me try something. What I wanted to see is I want to go into vertex painting. I want to see how laggy it is. So if we go in here and we use, what color is it? Like a nice brownish orange. Like that. A little bit desaturated. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, it's quite laggy, but it still works. Okay. Okay. Can we fill the whole thing? Paint. Okay, well, we can't. Okay. Wait, no, there's no bucket. Okay. So this is the old version of vertex painting, and then there's the new version in the blog post. So I'm probably actually gonna paint this for the render. So this actually, you know, it's not just a waste of time what I'm doing here, okay? It all has a reason to it. There's a reason for why I do this. No need for UVs anymore? Yeah. Well, if you want to add textures to it, I guess you need to, but... Actually, no, not necessarily, I guess. No, UVs are maybe easier to add. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. There it is. Do we have different brushes? We only have these garbage, boring brushes here, right? These smoothed out brushes. So we can't really do that much with it. Maybe we could use the subtract brush. Oh wow. Make it weaker. kind of add some variation to the whole thing. Maybe. Still looks pretty bad. Well, that doesn't help at all. I've saved enough, okay? I don't need to save every second. Nope, I don't want to add more. I think I want to keep it pretty clean. Okay. Let's get out of here. I want to look at this in render view. I looked at it in render view before, but it looked really cool in the 3D renderer. So I kind of want to look at it again with the final leg, with the final legs. It looks pretty cool if we add a certain shader to it, which is the maybe even the ones that we have for the hair, although the hair has these stripes on them. What about, let's make a new one. Call them black. Wait, do I have one that is basically that? Weaver, advanced glass, gold, hair, leather. No. Okay. Yeah. You can save too much, okay? So I'll try to not do that. Make it nice and dark, like this. And then change the roughness, make it nice and rough. Like 0.75 maybe? Maybe not that much, maybe 0.65. And then maybe even specularity low. Not too much, maybe 0.35. Okay. So it looks a little bit rubbery. And then we apply that to the whole mesh. Just to look at it. I don't want to save this. I should probably save it now so that I can just close the file afterwards.